theatricality and deception. Powerful agents to the uninitiated, but we are initiated.
You get what you fucking deserve! You get what you fucking deserve!
What's going on, guys? GMB back with another video. Shout out to all the new subscribers, man. I appreciate your support. Salute to all the grown men out there handling their motherfucking business. And as you fellas can very well see, even in the office, this is yet again another Hard Hat Chronicle. I hope you fellas are continuing to take care of yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and financially. Check this out, fellas. A co-worker of mine, it's about 58 years old, was out there working yesterday. And I often see him, working pretty hard, doing the best he can within his abilities, being a 58-year-old man. And after months of being around him, I really never talked to him very much. I come to find out that this man is battling stage 4 cancer. You wouldn't know it by looking at him. You wouldn't know it by his work ethic and the way he kind of keeps to himself. And after about a 10-minute conversation with him, man, I ain't even gonna lie. I had to tell the man, look, I admire his courage. I admire his strength, his passion for trying to push forward through the circumstances that he's faced with. But one particular part of the conversation really kind of touched me. Is where I asked him, knowing what you know now at this stage in life and, what you're going through, what would you change if you could go back to your younger self? And he told me that he would appreciate his time much more. He would value his time much more. He told me how he had went through 2 marriages, 2 failed marriages. He spent a lot of time being angry, a lot of time wallowing in sorrow and misery, and that those pretty much are the only things that he regrets. He actually regrets, not taking the time to getting to find himself through it all. And it took for him to go through this circumstance for him to actually find himself. And it may be a little too late. That shit was kind of gut-wrenching, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I said all that to say this, man. You guys know how often I speak about valuing your time. You also know how I talk about choosing your partners and people that you deal with, people that you interact with, vetting them, being wise about knowing exactly who you're dealing with. Because I tell you all the time, man, a lot of you guys are getting into relationships and you're creating your own misery by dealing with people who should be there for a good time, not a long time. Many of you guys get stuck in long-term relationships with people who you probably should have only had sex with once. I've told you guys how, things are flipped upside down in modern society with social media and everyone looking for instant validation, instant gratification, feeling some type of way, having this feeling of being wanted, being needed and desired. And look, I get it, man. We're all human. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't force yourself upon people. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of you guys are getting in relationships with complete strangers. And unfortunately, you find out at the end just how much you didn't know about these people. A lot of you guys are suffering behind failed relationships, broken relationships. And you think about the element of time. You spend a lot of time trying to fix a broken relationship when you should just cut the cord and let it go. You spend a lot of time after the failure of the relationship trying to, rationalize why did it happen, trying to figure out what went wrong. You spend a lot of time mourning for days, weeks, months, years behind a person that was simply not for you. You understand what I'm saying? These people have a terrible history with dealing with the opposite sex. A terrible track record when it comes to relationships. And you were wondering why, after the relationship was over, they either monkey branched or jumped in a rebound relationship or whatever the case may be. But that's because these people never had a history of being alone. They go from relationship to relationship, and you're left holding the bag. You're trying to figure out, damn, did this person ever really care about me? They just jumped to a new person very quickly. That doesn't even matter. You know what it is? Because a lot of you guys be thinking it's a rebound relationship when in fact these people were there the entire time. They were the backup option. They were the beta orbiter, the person that was, waiting in the wings. And then this was also the person that they confided in about all of the problems that you guys were having. But the thing is about it, man, when you cut the cord, you let them have it. You let them have each other. You let them have that relationship. Because most relationships go through that honeymoon phase where everything seems perfect. And then when you look up, you start to see cracks in the armor. Relationships take work. And getting to know people takes work. It takes effort. You understand me? But you shouldn't be up here, suffering because of it. You don't sit up here and waste your time suffering because of other people. I tell you all the time, man, when you cut the cord, man, you don't sit up here and look at the, social media, looking at, what are these people, what these people are doing and whatever the case may be. You have to take every fiber of your being, focus all your energy on improving yourself, working on yourself daily, developing healthy routines to get yourself out of that funk. Because one of my subscribers reached out to me, and we've actually been talking on the phone and stuff, and he's been going through this crap. He met this woman a couple of years ago and immediately started going into the honeymoon phase, taking trips. And this brother is a businessman. He takes care of his business. He's doing well for himself. But at the end of the day, he stopped focusing on his business and his productivity and started focusing more on making the broad happy. And sometimes you have to understand some of these people don't want the world. You can give them the world. They don't want that. It's all about the way that they feel and the way that you make them feel. And once you started, taking more of your energy out of what your purpose is and focusing it more on her happiness, she started to lose attraction. It happens. What people say they want and what they're attracted to are two entirely different things. A man can have everything going on for himself, but he may be a little square. Don't have much personality and stuff, and she will dump your motherfucking ass, or she will start sneaking around because the other person have all these good characteristics. A lot of people will swap out the 80% for the 20% very easily because most women have unlimited options, and it's okay. You should always be focused on what you got going on, what you're trying to accomplish. And when you're trying to get over these phases and stuff, man, don't sit around suffering, man. Start immediately working on yourself. Cut all contact, cut all viewing of what these people have going on, and you let your friends, if you have mutual friends, you let them know, I don't want to know anything about what this person has going on. And if you do come telling me what these people have going on, I'm going to block you. And then I'm going to treat your ass like you don't exist. Because you have to realize the person that you were in a relationship with, the person you spent all this time investing in, trying to build up and all this stuff, this is not the person that you've made up in your head. In reality, these people are completely a stranger, a complete stranger. They're a shell of the person that you've made up in your mind. You've made up a fantasy of another person. So this is why I'll tell you how important it is to pretend these people are dead, and do not waste your time. While these other people, back to what I was saying, the brother who was going through the relationship issues with old girl, she jumped up and jumped in another relationship immediately after. You understand what I'm saying? Because the person couldn't stand to be alone, and by the time you figure out that this stuff is going on, it's too late. This person been in the wings, man. These people always keep a backup option. And like I've told him, man, you need to refocus on what you're trying to accomplish. Get back to your business. Get back in the gym. Let them people have that relationship. Don't give that relationship any energy. Do not give that relationship any oxygen by you looking at their stories or looking at the social media, knowing about their every move and stuff like that, you're feeding that relationship and you're draining yourself. While they're needing other people or becoming codependent on other people to heal, you're actually taking the time to find yourself and heal on your own. And you have to know this, man. The way where you put your energy is where your value is going to increase. I tell people about getting in the gym. Where the body goes, the mind will follow. And it will become a point in your life where you don't even think about these people whatsoever. And then when you look back on it, you just like, whew, what the fuck was I thinking? That was a complete waste of my time. But you learn from those mistakes, and you learn to never make those mistakes again. You push forward. You put yourself in a position to win in everything that you do. I tell people all the time, man, breakups and relationships and heartbreak and stuff, sometimes that is the best thing that could ever happen to you, because you find something that's more important than anything on this planet. You find yourself. You find exactly what makes you tick. And you push forward knowing that in your heart of hearts, you are actually putting in the work, being productive, developing healthy, productive routines. And you know what else you do? You set a fucking standard that I'm never going to put myself in this position again. You love with your head and not with your heart. Stop drawing emotional attachment, permanent feelings to temporary people. Because at the end of the day, it takes two. These people will be going on about your business and you sitting up that bitch suffering. This is why you see so many people, with self-destructive behavior, drinking too much, partying too much, smoking too much, fucking too much. When in fact, that should be the time that you're taking the time to heal. You have the three phases. First, you're gonna be grieving. Second, you're gonna come to the point where you accept the things for what they are. You accept the mistakes that you've made. You accept the person for who they were, and you let them go on about their business. And third, you're gonna start to manifest. You're gonna become a better version of yourself. You're gonna become the person that you were destined to be. And you stay on that path, man. You stay on your path and your purpose. You stand on your square, man, and do not tolerate bullshit. When you're learning from your mistakes, you know what type of people who fit your standards. And when you're putting in that work and when that energy that you're putting out is going to be reciprocated by other people, I'm going to tell you something. When you're liberated and you're free and you're living your life, positive people that should be in your life are going to become attracted to you. They're going to want to be in your space. You're going to open yourself up to all the blessings and all the energy that's supposed to be there for you. And you're going to feel inspired to do great things, man. I'm trying to tell you, brother. It feels good to know that you're putting in the work. You're going to feel good. You're going to be confident. When you're putting in the work, those positive things, man, that shit builds confidence. And everything that you're doing is beneficial to you. You're not self-destructing. You're not losing yourself. You're not becoming codependent on other people. You're doing exactly what you need to do to take your life to the next level. Life is about evolving, growing and evolving. You know what happens when you cut off the root of a plant or a tree? It dies. You understand what I'm saying? So when a tree stops growing, it dies. When a plant stops growing, it dies. You have to keep evolving, keep growing, man. That's what life is about. Sometimes you can cut that tree down. We all take L's, but those roots are still there. That tree can grow back stronger and better than ever before. Doctors tell you when you break a bone, that bone heals and becomes stronger because it's been broken. And that's what happens in life. You can't let life get you down, man. You can't let people get you down, especially people who weren't designed for you. Some people are simply here to teach you a lesson of exactly what you don't need in your life. And it's okay. You don't have to be bitter, hurt, resentful, or any of those things. You can just be done. You can wish them well on their journey. They just weren't for you. And it's okay. You live with that. You understand me? Now, another thing that I wanted to touch on before I go is, I don't really watch a whole lot of content on YouTube very much anymore. I'm too busy, doing what I got to do. That's why I haven't been able to upload as much content as I normally do in the past. But I'm gonna try to get back to it. You know, you brothers just stay patient with me. But I have been noticing that there's been this inner beef between men, or they going back and forth between the game coaches and the passport brothers. And I'm pretty sure for you guys who have been subscribed to me for quite some time, you know where I stand on this. Look, do what makes you happy. It doesn't matter if it's traveling or running game or whatever the case may be. Me personally, I got a brother that travels a lot. I got a first cousin that moved to Colombia. And by all indications, man, they're happy when they travel abroad. They say women act completely different. That's fine. For guys that live here, that want to deal with women here, modern women and modern relationships or whatever in this social media climate that we have now, that's up to you. Go where you appreciate it. Do what makes you happy. All I tell you is don't be out here being no damn fool. Don't be no sucker. You dealing with a woman that has 50 bodies. What makes you think you're going to be the one that makes her settle down? This is another thing that I talk about with this relationship stuff, man. When they've had a lot of different partners, it's easier for them to move on quickly and do whatever they have another man in the bed the same night, because their ability to pair bond or work through, tumultuous situations, handle conflict, those things, they don't have that ability. They simply run from the problems. So you have to know who you're dealing with. And that stuff takes time. Time to get to know someone. Noticing patterns in their behavior. Noticing the routines that they do. Are they productive? Do they sit out this bitch and doing all kind of ungodly shit? I mean, come on. Since the beginning of time, people tell you can't make a whole housewife, but many of you try. This is why I talk about the dynamics relationship have changed over the past several years, because you now have guys out here seeking relationships more than women. And a lot of these bras don't want no relationship. They want to be single, independent, and free, and want to be able to smash who they want to. And that's their business. You should just have a standard of what you're going to tolerate and what you're going to allow. You don't have to be mad up here, on the red pill range. These bitches doing this and that. Man, these bras going to do what they want to do anyway. And you only make yourself look like you mad and butthurt by even discussing this shit and being upset about it. Going on rants on live streams and shit, talking about these bitches. Man, I'm going to tell you something. Get to your bag. Get to your purpose. Accept accountability for the failure of the things that you've allowed to come into your life. The standard. You going against your own standards by dealing with a lot of these chicks, man. You see the fat ass and, the pretty face, and you just, you enamored. You losing your shit. Man, hey, bro, I'm going to tell you something. Get to know these people. You understand me? When you on your path and on your purpose, man, you ain't, the way you get them is the way you gonna lose them. You finding them on Tinder apps, dating apps, social media. You know what I'm saying? How you think you gonna lose her? The next man gonna come in and swoop her ass up the same goddamn way. Especially when you start investing entirely too much. You start giving too much. You start being too available, too convenient. You up here texting long ass paragraphs and shit to these bras, man. And these bras showing it to their friends and they laughing at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro, a lot of y'all be getting laughed at behind closed doors and you don't even realize it, man. And a lot of y'all get in these relationships and you don't even realize when these women have emotionally checked out. They were long gone while you sitting up here trying to fix things when you should be fixing yourself. And she's already emotionally checked out, 1 foot out of the door. And her other foot is in another man's door. And he taking her ass to the stabbing cabin. He taking her ass to Pound Town. And you don't even know it. She walking in the door and you kissing her right in the mouth. Yeah, man. It's rough out here. This is how the game goes, man. This is why I tell you guys, it is vital that you focus more on you now more than ever. Enjoy your life. Do some things that you enjoy doing, some new hobbies. Take up archery. Take up painting. Go to the gun range. Go horseback riding. Take some trips. Take some trips alone. Be comfortable in your own company, man. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, the spoils of your labor. Have confidence, man. Have personality. Have charisma. Talk shit with the best of them. Because I tell you what, in this social media age, it actually makes people socially awkward. A lot of people can't even communicate properly. They can type that shit all day long. But when it comes to having a personality, being personable, a social life of abundance, being able to carry a conversation, have a little sense of humor, bullshit a little bit. Those things mean a lot, because a lot of people don't have that ability. And be confident. Walk with your back straight, your chest out, and your head high, and you shoot the shit. Nobody can tear down your confidence. It doesn't matter if turn you down or not. It doesn't matter. But you always leave a lasting impression by the way that you carry yourself. You understand what I'm saying? I mean that. So with all this infighting and stuff amongst brothers and stuff, look, man, that is a complete waste of time if you ask me. Some people like to use game. Some people like to travel. Whatever floats your boat. Do what makes you happy. Do what brings you peace of mind. I often say the most precious commodity on the planet is time, because once it's gone, you'll never get it back. But the most valuable commodity on the planet is your peace of mind. Live free, be happy, man. Interact with those who, and deal with those who reciprocate that type of energy that you give them. You know who to invest in. Pour into people that actually pour into you. So it's an even exchange. And these people become lifetime friends, lifetime associates, lifetime partners. You focus on yourself first and foremost. Do you feel me? And that's all I want to say in this video, guys. Take my feet down. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Click that notification bell at the bottom, and I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace. I'm out of here.